Well, hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. This is Cheryl. Can you believe it? It is already May. Where has the year gone? Well, I don't know about you, but the days seem to be passing faster and faster. And just when I think that the month is here and almost halfway over, and I'm still trying to play catch up. Well, let's go ahead and get started with my planner. We'll see what I have laid out here. This is the month of May, and I've got just about everything laid out here for this month. I got my appointments here on the calendar. Um, so this month doesn't look too full. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of my goals and to-do lists done. So hopefully my to-do list will not be a tomorrow list, or maybe tomorrow list might be good. So I'm not rushing through trying to get everything done and doing things in God's timing, which is a better plan. So I got my appointments. I've got birthdays later in the month. I've got meetings set up. Didn't make it to this month's camera club meeting, so which I had really planned to go, but life for all of us, and I did not go. So tell me, what do you have planned this month? How are you doing with your planning? So hopefully you've got your favorite beverage in front of you and your digital planning planner in front of you. So let's see what my goals look like this month. I think I've carried over a few of them from last month. And so the goal is to live more intentionally. Also, to self-care, to be consistent, to have a life of balance, which, sometimes that is even hard, especially, you know, if you have a family, you have kids, especially with small kids, if you're working full-time or part-time. And so I am reading the book Holy Ground. I'm a slow reader, so and the goal is also to move more, walk, chair yoga, which is really interesting and fun. And when I say save more, I mean, we live in a time in our country anyway where, things are uncertain from day to day. So we want to save as much money as I can and cut down on spending, which was probably a good plan from the beginning. So, but now I'm more focused on that. So focus on the basics, relationship building, growing forward, cleaning my office, and I am doing a little bit of that every day. But some days it seems like the more I clean, the more it gets all messed up. Planner prep, and so another thing I want to do is come up with a social media planner, and I guess I should put under my goals also. I don't want to get too bogged down with those, but um, which I am currently doing is my weekly YouTube video and posting more shorts videos and just still post. So that's one thing that I want to do as well. So and that goes back to the goal of being consistent and intentional. So those are some things that I want to look at. So I've got my dates to remember, important dates, my family birthdays, my listed here. Full moon is actually, when is the full moon? I have it on the calendar. It is the 12th. And another important day is coming up is Mother's Day. So we want to make sure we honor mothers. And let's see, this coming week. So we got Nurses Week. I think Teacher Appreciation. That's this week as well. And I don't have Mother's Day on there. So let's see if I can find, uh, I think I might have it on the Mother's Day. I don't have it listed. So let's go ahead and see if we can find a graphic in here that we can put down for, um, let's see, we're going to get out of that. That's my wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I see my email there. So let's go over here. Let's see, we can find Mother's Day. I know I've got one in here somewhere. Love bug. There's Mother's Day. Okay, so let's get Mother's Day over here and get Mother's Day on the calendar. I'm going to get rid of some of this white space on here. And I might, for right now, just cover up what is on the calendar. Let's see. We've got to get Mother's Day on there. Okay, so that's how you do that. So you're just going to put Mother's Day on here. So honor all the mothers, want to be mothers, soon to be mothers. Get them on the calendar. Mothers, grandmothers, even though there's a Grandparents' Day. So we got Mother's Day. Am I missing anything else? If I am missing something else for this coming week, please let me know in the comments. Let's see. Um, One other thing that I want to talk about is I have, I'm just going to go over here, see if I can go back to, sometimes my links work and sometimes they don't. Okay, so get to my journal page. And I think I have to have the lasso to get over to the journal page. And let's see if we can get there. Sometimes there it is. Okay, so we got the journal page. And this page was inspired by a virtual summit that I am currently attending. So, and actually this is, I did do it as a page by itself, but just to kind of get it into for today's session, this is a JPEG image, so which I will share um, in the comments below so that you will be able to grab this and you can include it in your digital planner. And so I just thought it was a really good idea. And so I just kind of used that inspiration and the style of it to create my own. And so I did this in Adobe XD. You can do this in Canva or whatever creative app that you use. And so it's just a rectangle with lines. And this is a picture that I found in Adobe stock. The background picture here, I found it in Adobe stock. And I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn off images. And so, and then this is another rectangle, and the sides, the corners here is, I did a circle and did a cutout so that it could look a little, a little different, just not the regular rectangle. And then more lines and text. And so I just thought it came out really well, and so I will share it with you. And so you can either, type on it. And so the title of the summit is, see if I can get here, it's Radiant, Radiant Resilience, which is another resilience. And I think I'm spelling it wrong, is why it's not coming up. Resilience. It's a bad thing to be typing when you're recording. Let's see if it comes up. Okay, so it's not, so topic, that would be there. Okay, so I think they got 25 different speakers, and I really have been enjoying them. And one of the things one of the speakers talked about was the use of color and how it affects us. And I guess it comes out for me um, in my planner. So, and so that's one of the things that I feel is kind of important for me is choosing color, and color affects all of us differently. And it also does help the way we see things. And so using more color in our planners, either whether you're using a paper planner or a digital planner, is color is important. So I'm going to leave that there. And you could also use your pen tool or pencil tool and you could just write things out. So, and I'm just going to put May, I'll put May 8th, 2025, even though that's not the correct date. And let's see, and the speaker, and you could just list the speaker, the location, and it's virtual. And if you didn't want to put key scriptures, you could take your lasso tool and take a screenshot and then make a copy of that, and then you could paste it. Well, things aren't working out the way I want to today. So I went back to text. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to try this again. Where's the lasso tool? Lasso, screenshot, and I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to see if I can paste. And there we go. Okay, so then I'll cover it up and make it smaller. And it's mostly covered up. It's a little bit more there on the side, which is kind of what I wanted to do anyway. That actually comes out pretty quick, pretty neat. And so I'm going to zoom in here, make sure that it's not going above. And there we go. So I can leave that there. And then I want to get rid of these things here. And so I need to go back over here to the lasso. Okay, so I don't know why that happened, but anyway. Okay, so we will just get rid of those. And I might have to do this another time because it's not cooperating. Okay, so got rid of that. And so when you're thinking about, journaling or digital planning, there's some thoughts about that as well. And so, as digital versus paper, I do both. So how do you plan digitally only or paper only, or a combination of paper and digital, which is what I do. I do a combination. And so each one has its benefits and its drawbacks. Of course, handwriting is slower when you're typing. You know, you can have a lot more information. Like I can save this into my notes app, or I can save it. I could create a file folder and save it, and I can refer back to it, and I can give it a file name, and then I can easily refer to it. Whereas in a paper, I got several paper planners and journals, and so then I'd have to flip through them all to find exactly what it is I want. And digital planners also, they're easier to edit, as sometimes it it goes quickly, and sometimes it's like takes a few steps, but you can edit them quickly. You need a different erasers and different things to make corrections in your paper planner, but it can be done too. um, the good thing about writing is it does trigger things in our brain, and we can hold on to them longer. So it does help with memory when we write things down, versus just digitally. So, and it's easier sometimes to go to your paper planner and look at it versus having to go back to your digital planner. So those are some things that I found. And the thing I like about my iPad, whether it's uh, I have a 12-inch, I have 11-inch, and I have an iPad mini. My 11-inch and my iPad mini are easy to travel with, which is what I do when we do travel. And I can edit my photos on my iPad. I can upload them to Google Drive and share them with family and friends when we're on vacation. So that's one of the things that I do like about my iPads, because they do make travel easy. Now, the iPhone, I don't leave home without it. If I can help it. And one of the things that recently that Adobe has done is there is a Photoshop version for iPhone and iPad. So, and also you can do Lightroom editing on your digital devices too. I know you can do Lightroom on the iPad. I'm not sure if there is a for other devices. So and the thing I like about the Apple products is that whatever I am working on my iPhone, I can finish working on it on my iPad, and so it does cross the devices. So whatever whichever device I'm working on, I can finish working on it on another device. So and the other thing that is very helpful too um, is especially I'm using GoodNotes, and so I've been talking a lot, so I went back to the home screen. Is You can search words, and especially with note with GoodNotes, I haven't used. I did download the app Noteful, but I haven't started using it yet. I know that's a big thing too, is people are using Noteful, and so I do want to try that and see if that is a app that will work for me. But you can do searches in GoodNotes, so I can search. Say I want to search. Um, I'm just going to put a word in here and see where it comes up. So, all right, so it comes up and it shows me where all those words are in my planner, which is good. So I don't have to, I don't have to go to through my paper planner and flip through. So I can just search a word, or I can look for a date, in which makes it very easy. So those are some of the things that I found paper versus digital planning and journaling. So let me know in the comments, which one you prefer. Is it paper, digital, or both? So that is it for me today. I hope that you have gotten something out of this week's session. And, leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends. Until next time, ciao for now. Bye bye.